I did not know that I was going to be walking on Biddy Boo on this. Biddy, I am sorry. I did not know you were live. So, crap, I forgot to make this thing. Oops. And if there's anybody in here, I apologize for that. I went live before I had it public. Who the heck again?
Instinct will kick in.
We're just listening to her.
So, but I sure do not want no domino pennies. Oh, your bears and milk pennies? Has he got his cojones? And if so, does he want a girlfriend for a couple of days? Oh, yeah, I went live. I happened to see what time it was, so I need to go live. Cool. Does he want a girlfriend? I'll even give you a pick of a litter. Was you live, Liz? I didn't see you show up on my deal. Hey, Bubba. Just doggy. Bella needs a boyfriend, Dad.
Can you hear me? You are a
All I
little
want
blue
is one
dot.
set of cookies out of it. That way the kids are going to have a
I messed up and went live before I had it public or whatever. Are you still setting up?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, no, I just got back to the camper. I'm getting out of the car, fighting off my wife's cat.
Oh. Hey, Chipper. Hey, Riley. Well, Half Bean is. You want me to take you off the screen for a minute?
Oh, that's on you.
Okay. You're actually live in front of all of 4 people right now. So
Sweet.
I guess I could start the thing. I didn't realize that one of the people I'm subscribed to that I hang out in her live stream, she went live while I'm setting all this up. Oh, you got some wind noise going on there.
Yeah, I'm trying to get inside, having to close up the garden. Like I said, I just got home, and it's been a heck of an afternoon, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, Carol. Riley, did you send your applications in? This guy here is a result of BTSR working at BTSR. So you might change your mind, Riley. I don't know if you get to know it.
Oh, no. It was a great experience.
Riley is thinking about volunteering for a couple of weeks this summer.
I say go for it. It'll put hair on your head. All right, get back, cat. Get back. Ugh. Sorry I'm so noisy.
I didn't know they had people back down last weekend.
Neither did I.
Hey, they I guess dadgummit, Ronnie and a couple others showed up and they split those logs and put the sawhorses or the saddle horses in that shed. Which, I mean, it's a shame I missed hauling all those logs.
Oh yeah, that was.
Everybody else was carrying them logs or dragging them logs down the side of that hill with a horse like a smart person. And I was walking my stupid butt up there and carrying them down. But I wanted to get that part of it over with. Get back down to doing all the other stuff. Anyway, for all of y'all that don't know, this is Half Bean Survival. He has a YouTube channel. I'd heard stories about him ever since I started going to BTSR, and then he shows up. And it took me, what, you'd been there 12 hours before I finally realized you were the Half Bean guy?
I'm a man of mystery. I just gotta show up.
Hey, Rachel.
I am everywhere.
Anyway, we have Chipper 66, who is probably driving an 18-wheeler right now. We got Riley, who is, I don't know what he's doing. We got Carol, who's hopefully sitting at home with her feet up. We got Aid, he's from Great Britain. And we got Rachel, who's in Hawaii, and Billy, truth be told, who is in Colorado. I think I got all that.
Wow, Great Britain, you say? It's a good swim across the pond.
And Mark, where are you at, Mark? Dadgummit. I can't never remember where you're from. Yeah, Aid, he's actually got his Beza and stuff, if they'll ever lift the deal, he's going to come over, and he doesn't realize it, but he's going to be drafted. And, you know, I'm going to make him sleep in a tent all summer.
Oh, the good life.
I was going to say Oregon, Mark. I was going to be wrong. There's C-103. C-103's, he's a man of short stature like yourself. He probably doesn't go in no more than 6'4", 6'5". I have to look up to Mark. That C-103. It's like, what's up, Mark? And his little brother's even taller than he is.
I think that was about where I was with everybody.
His brother's kid, I have to look up to him, and he's only like 14. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was one of those unlucky people that wasn't blessed with height. I look up to everyone.
Well, Press ganged into going and camping for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks or whatever in the Davies Mountains. If you don't want to go, Wade, you don't have to. You can stay here and watch the chickens. I was one of those Rocky Mountain states. My bad. Colorado, Wyoming, Montana, half desert, half mountain. Basically the same. No, I like Wyoming. Montana's too open, man. You can freeze to death in Wyoming. Or Montana, I mean. Got snowed on in July in Montana. And I was like, well, this is retarded. It's July. Or, no, it might have been it was the last part of June. It was late June. Hey, and I do not ask where Rob is.
Oh, Dad.
He is Rob is at an undisclosed location. There. What is the best location in Texas to relocate to? California. Well, depends on your political ideology there, Mark. So yeah, that's a real touchy right there. Rob is where I want to be and where I may be tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't made up my mind. Hey, Lance, how's things going? Stop feeding the chihuahuas. And Rachel Knight is like, she's got a 2-year-old boy. And then Rachel from BTSR, her little boy, they're about the same age, little boys. I just thought it was weird. There's two young Rachels in my life now with blonde-headed 2-year-olds. That doesn't happen all the time. And Amarillo, isn't that just a normal Tuesday, Carol? Amarillo is like Odessa on steroids. And you're down by you're in western Louisiana, right? Half Bean? Oh, I lost him. I called it western Louisiana and he was out here. Oh, you're small town. Well, that's not good. We'll see if he rejoins. Oh, well, they don't want to be in Arizona. Mark, it all depends. Seriously, I mean, what does he want to do with his life? I mean, what's his plan now that he's out of the service? Uh, yeah. Now, Carol, uh, she lives north. She lives in the Panhandle. Yeah, those are the guys that are starting to get cold. There he is. Oh, no, there he is. There he is. Um,
It would appear these high winds are playing heck on the internet connections around here, so I'm just gonna go back into the car.
that's we're having the same thing here. I've got my camera turned down as low as I can go. Um, Texas typically has bad economic seasons while we are under Democratic rule. So I don't know, somebody looking to start their life or whatever, but the big cities are still booming. It all depends. If he's looking for stuff like cybersecurity work or whatever, he's going to have to go someplace blue. It doesn't matter what state he's in. He's going to have to live in all that stuff's done in the major population centers. So that's just something you have to deal with.
Wait, y'all getting a bunch of high winds out there too?
Yeah, it's been blowing here all day, man. It's like springtime in Texas.
Yeah, we lucked out so far. The winds haven't really knocked down the tomato plants, and they're, I don't know, about 4 foot now.
Dude, we didn't even try to start a garden up here yet. By the time the ground's warm enough for the plants to come up and grow, it's we've only got 2 weeks before it's so hot it burns them to the ground.
Ooh.
We have to start everything inside like 6 weeks ago to make a garden before the heat gets in. The plants will stay alive; they'll live. Now, if we want to keep them watered and stuff, they'll produce all the way to December, but that's a lot of work.
Yeah, I lucked out, or at least in Victoria. I mean, we're at least out in the county. I mean, we got halfway decent soil for that, and it's been fairly warm. Had a lot of rain recently. That kind of helped out.
They could try Fort Worth, Mark. That's as far as that's all the advice I'm gonna give on that. I made one of these. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's a Tootsie Roll, but it looks like a turd. And I pretended like I picked it up out of the ground. And I asked my granddaughter, "What do you think that is?" And she reached over and she grabbed it. And when she did, I pinched a piece of it off and popped it in my mouth. And doesn't taste funny. So she took a bite off of it, and her stepmom about come unglued because, apparently my grandkids have too much trust in me. So, yeah, raise them right. We always get a freeze on Easter here. We didn't get it this time. It was 40-something degrees, but we didn't get the freeze. So, and then it goes from 80 in the afternoon and 40 at night to 100 in the afternoon and 80 at night. Just like that. It was 95 degrees today. And I was literally wearing a jacket Saturday. When did that ice storm hit anyway? Can't even remember now. Or super freeze. Was that in February?
Yeah, it hit us about the third week, or at least the
Third week
freezing
of February?
part. Yeah, we had the hard freeze for about 2-3 days. Then it kind of lightened up.
Oh man, it got cold here and it stayed cold here forever. But we're a little further north than you are.
Yeah, sorry if I come off a little lag. This Android phone, it's a little older. Half beans and technology, they kind of mix.
Anyway, for all of you guys who know me, y'all know I smoke too much. And I ran out of cigarettes. This guy saved my life. Or well, he saved somebody's life, let's put it that way. I'm going to share the screen here a minute. And I will put a link in the in chat. This is his channel here. It'll load, so it'll be all nice and pretty so you can see what you're looking at. Oh, that's it about me. Let's go home. Because I had to have his email address. This is him building a coffin for trolls. And this is him playing with petrified ducks.
Indeed.
I don't know what this one is. Watch it.
Well. Oh, the
videos. Let's see what he's got on video. Right? We have him making Alice Pack idea post SHTF or HTF. I guess he's against S's. If I'd have known that. This is gone different. And ooh, did you eat any of that cactus? Man, I love cactus. Cactus is my favorite food.
Oh yeah, I didn't get it. Wasn't able to get it on video though.
Anyway, this is his channel. Sadie, are you stealing the other dog's food? No? Okay, I didn't think so. It looks like you are. Let's close that so we can save some bandwidth here. We'll click this. We'll click that. And we will paste and we will chat. Click the new comments. Did you steal from the other dogs and then come over here and want Lovins? I'm asking for friends. These people want to know how well you're behaving. They put you on probation. You remember that, right? You're on parole. What are those little brown things on your eyebrow? You been playing with the fleas again? You're not supposed to do that. Right. You're not supposed to break your flea collars off either. No, Chloe. Boop, 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 boop. Here, that's my dog. She's annoying. All you have to do is say the word annoying and she'll look away like I'm not doing nothing. Are you being annoying? Well, that's what I thought. Anyway, got anything you want to tell the people about your channel? Why are you not working? Yeah, go die somewhere else. You will not die in here. I'm not cleaning that up.
Well, I mean, as far as the channel goes, it's kind of I don't know. I guess I'd call it like a separate kind of survival than what most people normally see, because most of the stuff that I end up playing with is usually junk I find off the street. Figure out how I can use that to my advantage if something were to go down. You follow me?
Yep. And Adam is from, well, he's currently in Japan. So apparently there's people all over the world that don't have a life. So they come in here and hang out. I don't really think I'm that entertaining. I mean, I've heard I'm funny looking, but I've never heard anybody say I was entertaining. So.
Well, I've kind of
All
followed
of a sudden,
suit.
I want to go to Hawaii. What did I miss? Oh. I'm sorry about that, C103. I'll probably do a live tomorrow night, but maybe not, because depending on what I can get done around here, I may twist off and go back to the mountains for a couple of days. It'll just be for a couple of days. Drive down there overnight and then drive back the next day. And way too much stuff going on here that I've got to get something wrapped up and done or whatever. Or it's going to make this summer really difficult. I didn't think I was, Billy.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can swing out that way again during the summer. Bob says it gets a little crazier during the summer.
Yeah, dude, they sent me the itinerary for, well, Bob Sr. sent me the itinerary for the Mountain Man. Dude, that's a whole lot more intense than what I thought it was. That's 16-hour days, man.
Ooh.
So, might be able to pull it off for 4 or 6 weeks, but man, if they try running that stuff 8, 10, 12 weeks, there ain't no way, man. I'm crippled.
That sounds like my work day today.
You go in super early and then get off early, right?
No, I get up like today. I went in at 4:30 because they had a late day. I got out at almost 7 o'clock tonight.
Oh wow!
But I'm the only person certified in newer technologies on the latest Detroit engines, and the only person that can fix the special needs lifts.
Oh yeah.
And they're usually the last routes getting back. So I have to wait. The only good part about being a mechanic. The hours are nice, the money's nice, but I don't get to sleep or spend that money because everything's closed by the time I get home.
Yeah, that's the one. That's my son was a John Deere mechanic. They loved the job, but they had to dig out a chunk of his brain when he got the cancer or whatever, and well, he didn't have he couldn't maintain the speed and stuff that got him his reputation. So
well, John Deere ain't nothing to sneeze at.
He wasn't a 20 whatever. I think it was $27 an hour hand anymore. So.
Yeah, those guys. I mean, you got it, man. If you can fix a John Deere, you can pretty much fix anything.
That's the one. He had more money invested in tools and stuff than I had invested in my freaking truck.
Oh man, yeah, they can get kind of ridiculous, especially some of those proprietary tools for certain parts.
Well, if I go live tomorrow, it'll be it'll be on my other channel. It'll be the Bible study. Because apparently I'm getting in trouble for not doing the Bible studies. So I have, in case you didn't catch that down at the deal, I actually run 2 channels on here. This one, which I actually try to make money off of. I didn't monetize it tonight because if I monetized it and I decided to run any of your videos over here, it was just going to get flagged. Nobody's going to get to see it. So doing it this way, if we decide to do that. But you would be better off if the people went and watched your videos on your channel. What you're doing is the stuff I actually started my channel with. If you go back and watch some of my older channels and stuff, dude, I was making arrowheads out of copper tubing and razor blades. So, which was trickier than it sounds. And skinning raccoons and see, I started my channel the same time the Wooded Beardsman started his, if you know who that is. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
I subscribed to the Wooded Beardsman when he had like 200 subscribers. And me and him used to talk all the time on his channel and email and stuff. And then one day I went on to check and I was like, dude, how did this happen? Because he would like, I think he had like 1,000 subscribers. And then I went back. I had to, I'd gone and done something. I think I actually took a job. And anyway, when I got back, I got on to catch up on my YouTube channels, and he had like 60,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I don't know how people do that.
Dude, it was his beaver video, man. If you want to know what made him big, it was him and Jeremy telling off-color. Well, they weren't making off-color statements about the beaver they were skinning on the 7-day survival challenge. And that's why everybody started doing the 7-day survival challenges, because the Wooded Beardsman started that crowd.
Huh. Yeah, pretty soon I'm gonna have the fishing and the hunting stuff coming out pretty soon. I was out for a while because I needed to get better camera equipment, something that wouldn't, kill the battery in like 20 minutes. Because everything I got's older than dirt. But the new stuff should be coming out pretty soon. I have a lot of editing to do, and I don't know. I think it'll be kind of popular. And like I said, the next video coming out, besides the finalization of the Gorge series, is going to be the first fishing video, and I guess it's your favorite fishing rod that you saw on my pack. We'll leave it at that. Leave a little surprise.
Okay.
They weren't.
I got me a backpackable fishing rod. Carried that sucker all over the deal up there, and then found out that the water got low enough to where all the birds ate all the daggum fish. Only thing left in there is the little bitty ones. They'll be big by the end of the summer, but there were the ones that were still down in the notch. But dude, you had to perch awful precarious to get to the water, and I wasn't interested in going in a swim. So
I'll blame you for that one. Yeah, this trip, you're gonna be kind of surprised at what I hauled in with that one. As long as now, mind you, I'm trying to reel it in on that little fishing pack that I brought with me, and also hold the camera steady. And I'm surprised it actually survived the fight. We'll just put it that way. It
Well,
provided
how
I
far are you from San Antonio?
do what now?
How far are you from San Antonio?
From Victoria, it's usually about a good 2 hours for me in my Dodge Neon.
Because I want to make a run at Bob's place down there, but it'd have to be, I guess, on when you had a couple of days off or whatever. We could do a collab or something if we could get down there at the same time.
Oh yeah, I say let's do it. I mean, I live in Victoria, so it's about like a good hour for me to get to Bob's, and that's like I said because my Dodge is really old, and poor motor ain't got no guts in it anymore.
Yeah, you sound like a mechanic. Everything runs but your vehicle.
Yeah,
Well, your vehicle runs, it just, yeah. One of the best mechanics I knew in this part of the world, dude, his Dodge ran like a piece of crap. But his race car was quick.
oh yeah, I mean if I had my way, I'd have a Hudson sitting on white walls and just hauling it down the street. But that
Now, I
takes more
did
money.
find a beach. There's man, I wish I had to remember the name of it off the top of my head. There's a little beach down there. I mean, it's almost due south from, it's, I don't want to throw it out here though, because it's a little known place. And I want to go down there. You have to walk through a swamp to get to the beach, and there's alligators and stuff. So people don't want to go spend the day at the beach there. I ain't scared of gators. I'll whack them in the head with a baseball bat, and we'll have us some gator.
Hey, that
I mean,
sounds good.
the game warden standing right there. That gator attacked him to me. In the end, you try telling. There's no way you're going to convince me that alligators are an endangered species anymore. Not if they're on the menu.
Yeah.
All you got to do to fix the gators missing is go collect a couple hundred hatches and hatch them out somewhere safe, and then throw the little ones loose. They'll figure it out. That's kind of what they do.
Hey, I'm game. I mean, I was born and raised in Beaumont, Texas. That's what we had.
See, I didn't know that they had alligators living on the San Antonio right there. I would have thought it got too cold for them right there, but maybe not. I mean, I guess they can survive a freeze or two. They just don't like it where it's cold. I know they don't exist in the sewers of New York, but well, there might be baby ones down there every so often, but they don't make it.
Oh no, you figure all the garbage that they're throwing down there, they wouldn't get past. I figured they'd have got stuck in all them big old grease mountains they have. People pouring it down the sink.
That's something else. I mean, I did some research on those. They call them greasebergs or whatever. It's because people are actually flushing those wet wipes that say flushable. They're not flushable. They're made out of nylon fiber. For
Oh,
crying out loud. They're not they're not going to dissolve in water. A flushable wipe is called toilet paper. So if you're so sensitive that you need and I'm sorry to all the people that were at BTR SR, if you need wet wipes when you go potty, then, well, stop prepping. It's not this. You're not going to enjoy the apocalypse.
oh man.
Do what, bud? Yeah, or you could just put them in the like in present day, just put them in the trash. But you know, I guess in the apocalypse you could chew the grass up first, be like, and then that would be kind of gross, I think.
There may be a little off-putting taste.
All right, Adam, have a good night. Be careful, or a good day, or whatever it is in Japan. Is that noise coming from your end of the world or my end of the world?
What's it sound like?
Choking chicken?
It's possible it's me. I mean, I'm kind of sitting in the car because our connection is terrible. So you may be hearing the rustling of the trees and the tomatoes.
Okay, well, I was just there's a giant dog outside, so nothing better be getting my chickens. I'm
Well, that
babysitting.
also hacked up part of a lung.
If anybody wants to adopt a dog, it's a good dog. If you like lap dogs that weigh 100 pounds. My daughter will probably skin me if I give it away, but it's her dog. It's a Great Pyrenees Anatolian mix. Man, it's the lovingest dog. I mean, that's what I was hearing. It's sitting by the door just whining because it's not used to being more than 3 foot away from a human being. So she raised it like it was a Chihuahua. So there's that. And he's good. He's one of the best as far as attitudes go on Anatolian. He's probably got the best attitude because they can be real stay away from me-ish. You know, they only want to hang out with the people that raised them or whatever, and then they can be like literally they can be mean to everybody else. But he's not like that. Very few of them are actually people aggressive to other people, but they can be. But this guy's like a big baby. Let's see. If we meet up at Bob's, what are you gonna do?
Well, got a few ideas. The bull thistle's been coming up. I figure catfish, maybe gar. Bull thistle has been turning out pretty good this year.
I forgot about that. Yeah, we got to be careful. Every time I have a good idea and I say it alive on here, somebody runs out and does it. I'm not saying there's. How many people are in the room right now?
Oh man, let me take a look here.
I got it shows 11 in here, but anyway, there's never as many people are in the room. There's never that many people commenting. So yeah.
I got a few ideas, things that can be wrapped up in at least a day.
Yes, it is a male bitty, but this is not a dog you can put outside. This is he's a bigger baby than Blue was. Literally. Him and Kate would be the bestest friends. He's housebroken, the whole 9 yards, but damn it, he would make Katie a good dog. I pity the fool that gets out of line with her later. That's when my daughter got him. Because after the dog gets mature and stuff, then the female that he's attached to, that's his female, and don't mess with it. So that's why her friend got her the dog. But with the way everything is and her trying to get her life together with the assist of COVID and all that, it's really hard. Well, he's in that, but he's a Pyrenees Anatolian. He's not a purebred Anatolian. He's a full hand taller than Anatolian. He's the size of a Pyrenees, but he looks like Anatolian, sort of.
Pardon me.
Bella does not need a boyfriend. Bella needs a visit to the veterinary. And this guy, he's a teenager. He'd just be out there like, "Oh, look, a tree." He'd be like Woody Woodpecker and it, and he wouldn't do you any good.
Well, let's say you did swing out to Bob's. What kind of things you got thinking about?
I don't know. I figured out something about South Texas. You just go down there and do whatever happens. Because, well, something's always going to jump up and bite you right in the butt. And not one trip that I've planned anything down, except for the hunting trip, has anything gone the way I planned it down there. First time, almost drowned because that storm come in and the wind was blowing my tarp and it was raining real hard and the wind was blowing my tarp, so it had a pocket in it, so it was collecting water. And then when it got full, it ripped and came into the hammock with me.
Oh no!
It sucked.
Huh.
And there were tree limbs breaking and everything. And then next thing you know, the creeks, from this little beautiful trickle to a raging river. So there were tornadoes all over the place. We had a tornado tear up a barn 1.5 miles from where we were sleeping.
Oh,
yeah. It's your typical South Texas day. Hey, Will.
yeah, I'm hoping to get something like that done pretty soon. I still got to finish a shelter I have going up around that area. Gonna be a neat little trip out there, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I didn't get back down there in time for mine, and we got to start all over, which is okay. I rethunked it, and I'm going underground just because I can, because I have a shovel. And that way, I'll have a place where I can go snake hunting.
Oh yeah, man, it's about that time of year.
You wouldn't have shipped him off, Rachel. Lance, your mom needs a kiss. Something you don't know, Happy, Rachel's little boy, Lance, I helped her deliver him. I was making sure she remembered to breathe. This woman is in labor, and she's in a live stream over on another channel. She was like checking into the live stream. Oh yeah, and I'm at the hospital having a baby. So yes, you do, Rachel. You need a kiss. You need a kiss and a hug and all that stuff, whatever it takes to get him right up in your face for saying you should ship him off. My little granddaughter actually is asking for lovings now. That's like, man, grandkids are so, well, yeah, grandkids are the bonus for all the crap you have to put up for raising your kids. You love your kids to pieces, but the grandkids, they're like the payoff.
Would a part of that be watching them get from their kids what they gave to you?
Something like that. Yeah.
My parents threatened me with that one too. I hope your kids are as bad as you were. I'm like, well, that's a pretty high bar to live up to.
I know my kids don't deserve for their kids to be as bad as I was, because I mean I was an angel growing up. My mother constantly had to hide my halo and shave my wings so I didn't stand out in the crowd. I think that's what she was doing with that stick anyway. I said, put that down, smack. See, I don't think she ever hit me in the head. But then again, I don't remember much. What's 103? Oh. Carol, you keep sneaking out. Why are you sneaking out? But yeah, I miss the days when I would just like knock stuff together. I'm actually fixing to put out my own brand of knives, so stay tuned.
That won't be bad.
Yeah, we'll see. If I don't sell the first 20 or so, there will be no more. So they will be collector's items. I'll just go back to just making random ones here and there instead of actually making them.
J&J Handmade Knives and Tools, we've been going for, I don't know, similarly, probably about a good year now. He's better at the knife making than I am. I make all the extra stuff. Leather bags, haversacks, lots of things involving bottle gourds and bushel gourds.
Involving what?
Gourds. You know,
Gourd.
like canteens, birdhouses. I've done a few maracas, believe it or not. Delved into half of my, I guess, lineage or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm also getting into the luthier business with gourds. I have one almost completed, but we're gonna be working on some banjos out of gourds, like them good old Appalachian one.
Well, my plan, it won't look exactly like this, but I will be making a blade very similar to this one.
Oh yeah,
And the other one will look an awful lot like a Mora, but won't be a Mora. So that'll be it. That's the two knives. That's it. Because I'm not gonna sell people on or try to sell somebody something that I wouldn't carry. So the only thing that I'm gonna have out there are what I intend, because I'm building the first two for me. And I can get enough stuff to make 20 knives for the same price I can get the stuff to make 2 knives. So we're going to do it that way. And if it works, I can get the material quite a bit cheaper and stuff. I've got everything I need to do them. I have to rebuild my forge, but I think I was using mesquite and oak. I was doing wood fired stuff. But it's really hard to do the quenching when you're running wood because getting an even heat or whatever is not easy to do with wood. It's okay when you're just, beating on it, but when you're trying to do the quench, it's really tricky. So I'm probably going to switch it over to a propane forge.
That does give you a little more. I guess you get a better even heat throughout the
Yeah,
whole
and you can
thing.
actually you can see the heat affecting the blade instead of having to try to look through the coals and stuff. So you can tell when it's ready. And I feel confident in my abilities to do what I plan on doing. You said haversacks. Do you do leather or canvas haversack?
I do a little bit. I'm not professional by any means. Most of what I have is functional.
I'm trying to figure out how to do leather work. Hadn't got real good at it yet. Step One Survival, one of the guys that I watch all the time, he started doing it, and I started paying attention to what he was doing. So I started doing a little bit. Knife sheaths, I like. Mine are way less complicated than his. I'm not ready to try anything he does. But I knocked this puppy together. I think I got 2 hours total. And that's with the artwork. That when I first started doing them, though, that would have been a lot longer. I don't know how many knife sheaths I made. Let's try it. But this is actually a gift from Chipper 66. He's lurking right now. I'd wanted one of these and wanted one of these. This is a Pathfinder knife. And I was like, man, that is a cool knife. And then I got it, and I tried to use it to process a deer with. And that's when I discovered that you could do it with this. But I can skin a deer with an axe, too. So, the other knife I'm making is going to be a small version of this that's got a flat grind on it. If this knife had a flat grind on it, I would love it. And so, guess what it's going to wind up with? It's going to get a flat grind put on it. Well, actually, I can't make my mind if I want a flat grind or if I want a hollow grind the puppy. Because it's got enough meat, I could do a hollow grind and still have a very respectable multi-purpose knife. But the bevel's too steep here, so when you're trying to process the game or whatever, it's constantly rubbing on the fat or on the hide. When you're trying to cut through the meat, you're forcing it. You have to force it through. It'll do it. It's just really grabby. So yeah. Step One Survival is really good with his leather. I don't know if he's still doing that much of it or not.
Yeah, I've reached a stage where I'm trying to do a little more decorative stuff with the stamping, but I don't know. I'm still pretty green on that part.
It's a learning process. Good night, Betty. And I'm sorry, Betty. I'm sorry I walked on your live stream. I did not mean to, sister. I mean, I usually don't go live on Tuesday, but I owed this guy a live stream. He saved my life. Saved my life. Yeah, Betty. Before you go, you have to go subscribe to him. I put a link in the thing. I'm pretty sure I did. I meant to. It's this one right here. This is his channel right here. If you want to subscribe to him, that one right there. I could do like click on it and open another window, and you can go there and you can subscribe and watch all his videos. Give him a thumbs up, share him out, make a comment like, I'm here because Wes S said to or something like that. I don't know, whatever. He's gonna do a giveaway. He's gonna give away when he reaches 100 subscribers. He's gonna give away one of his paycheck. No, just
It's possible. I mean, anything's possible in this world.
I'm actually thinking about doing a giveaway. I haven't done one in forever. I just don't know what to give away. I guess I could give away a chicken. I'll do a giveaway, and I'll give away a dozen eggs, a dozen hard-boiled eggs.
That is a delicious giveaway.
Dude, my chickens will not stop squirting mud nuggets. They're coming out everywhere.
Let me see what I got here. I might even just throw one out there. You're talking about knives. Just so happens. Gonna see if we can, since I'm on my phone with this one. I'm fairly certain I found this one. Got away with it for $5. It's it needs to be restored a bit. But I'm fairly certain it's a, dadgum, what's the other name of that company? Ontario? Not Ontario. Oh man, I cannot think of it. But pretty nifty cleaver. I can't see that. Hold on real quick. Alright, my lighting is horrible. And up there we go. Well, maybe. Now, I'm gonna have to find a better lighting source. There we go. All carbon. You were talking about it yesterday or a couple of days ago on your live stream. For some reason, I'm blanking on the name.
Oh, Hickory?
There you go. Dadgum. I don't know why I forgot that.
It's
not like
Ontario Knife Company. That's a OKC cleaver though?
I believe so. From the tarnish that's on this thing, I can kind of make it out. But I believe it's an old hickory, by the way, by all the research I've done on it, with the different.
Hold on a minute. Are there?
I guess profiles.
Hold on. Can you see this one? Hold on. I'm gonna shrink you. I'm gonna make me big. Hold on.
Go for it. That'd be better for the people anyway.
Okay. Can you see this? See those ridges?
Yeah.
Blade. Does your knife have those ridges? Or cleaver, does it have this?
Not all the way down like that. That's why I was thinking it might have been like a knockoff brand. It has one big, I guess, a bloodlet in the middle, and then another small ridge above that on both sides.
Send me a picture of that, man. That may be a Green River or something.
Yeah, 'cause like I said, I got it.
Green
I got it
River,
for real cheap.
You got it for real cheap? Where?
Garage sale. Believe it or not,
Dude. Some of the stuff I've gotten at garage sales, none of anybody's business, but the people did not know what they had. It's that simple.
And I got
It's not that it's not worth something. If it's old hickory, how many rivets does it have in the handle?
got 2 on the
2?
very front. Yeah.
It's a half tang?
No, it's full.
It's a full tang all the way through with
lighting with this one. All the way through. You got one back there. And then the other one is right up here at the front.
Okay, let me see the other side of the handle. Now, just roll it over. Let me see both sides of the handle.
Dadgum, hold on. Android phones.
Hey, Jonna.
You getting any of that?
Yeah, that may. You know what? That's one of the old Ontarios, man. Do realize they changed the steel on them now? So that's a good one. That's a 1095. The new ones are all 1075s. They're softer.
Yeah, because I can see it like right at the edge when you get to your bevel. I can see where there's a lot of like where they had folded it. And I wish I had a better camera and better light for this.
Well, you can send me. You got my phone number now. You can send me. You can text me a picture or whatever. So
yeah, I'll get to better lighting and we'll get after that. It's a nice one. It ain't too bad. Still had a really good sharp edge on it.
I love that little cleaver. I've used it. I'm never going to do with it what I did last time. But you know, that's a nice cleaver. It will do some serious steak cutting or vegetable cutting or whatever. You just don't smack a bone with it. That was stupid on my part. That's what machetes are for.
Yeah, whatever giveaway I end up doing pretty soon, I think folks will like it. It'll be a set. We'll just leave it at that. And quite possibly with a little bit of merchandise, provided I can maintain the funding towards the half bean stuff.
Well, the biggest thing is just, video what you're doing when you're having fun. Make sure while you're videoing, you're having fun. Don't let it turn into work. I let mine turn into work, and you can see it in my videos. The videos I've been putting out lately are not work, so they're back to being better videos. Decent. I mean, that's the end. I'm going to take a bunch of the videos that I have on YouTube right now, the older ones, and check them. And if I've got the originals saved to my memory, I will be deleting them and re-uploading them. I've got videos out there that I thought were awesome that have like 8 views on them. The stuff that I was putting out 4 years ago was actually pretty cool stuff. So, and I'm not even for the views or the monetization, but they were stuff that might legitimately save somebody's life in the event of a movie scenario like a blackout or there's no way to prep for 2012, people. I can tell you how to prep for 2012. Do yoga. Okay. Yeah, the movie 2012. If it's something like happens in like 2012, you just do that whole fold yourself in half and kiss the bottom part goodbye. Because whatever. Apparently we missed the bullet on the pole reversal or whatever. So maybe we're good for that until next year. I don't know. And I used to do and I would like to go back to doing it. I like to do I call them tinfoil hat live streams where we just get on here and talk about stuff that's stupid. Those are fun.
Oh man, that's right up my alley.
Yeah, I want pickled egg. All right, Mark, Big Ed, don't watch out for the trees and stuff. Where Mark lives, he's liable to walk outside and step on a black bear, so he actually has to be careful. Apparently, sold a bunch more jewelry.
Oh, that's good news. Jewelry will be quite a commodity after it all goes down.
I think so. I don't know what's going to cause it, but man, it's been too good for too long. Woohoo! You impressed me, woman. So, I'm trying to get my wife to go with me one of these times when I go on an adventure, but whenever you've got some spare time, honey, you don't ever do nothing but sit around and talk to your phone.
I have 3 jobs. I don't have time to do anything else.
Hey, I help with one.
I didn't say you didn't help, but I said I have 3 jobs.
And I model your jewelry sometimes. Sort of. Really. But sort of. I tried to hypnotize all your customers the other night. You wouldn't let me. I almost had them, too. I like a
Which
bunch of
method?
jewelry.
Did you have a,
Every time I tell her I like one of the guy necklaces or whatever, she sells it or gives it away. So the next time she gets one I like, I'm just going to go in there and snatch it and put it on. Blah, 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 blah. Being married to me is enough adventure for Mrs. West. Probably true. Yeah, Rob Painless snuck off up country, and he was supposed to let me know if he's going to go, because I was going to sneak off. Now I got to figure out how to get loose all this stuff. And then the only way to do that is to get it done, so I can sneak off. I figured Vision Quest had popped in. Aid won this knife in a contest, a giveaway, and then paid it forward to me. I want to go like skin something. Thinking about setting me a rat trap and just skinning a rat with it, just so I can. I'd need to take it with me to BTSR and get one of them rock squirrels. But I don't know if I could eat that much fat in one setting. And them things are huge, man.
I didn't see any squirrels.
No, have you seen the squirrels they got running around the road? They look like freaking what do you call it? That dude from Pennsylvania, whatever his name is, that groundhog thing.
Oh, Punxsutawney Phil.
They're bigger than squirrels are bigger than prairie dogs, man.
See, I didn't see any squirrels out there, but on my way back from camp, after I think it was it Robert that walked me about halfway? He went to go get some of that sheet metal. I was turning a corner, and I probably walked up on like 6 Aoudad. I was like maybe 10 yards away from him. I'm normally not that light-footed. Yeah. That thing stood up and looked at me, and I just about left a streak in my drawers. I turned around. Oh God. Come on.
They are lucky it wasn't me. Those things taste too good. The end.
Do they?
Dude, they taste like beef. They don't. You would think they would taste like a goat because they're actually or sheep or whatever. They're actually North African
Yeah.
sheep. They actually share DNA traits with both sheep and goats, but they cannot be crossbred with either one. Trivia with West Night. But the standard max weight for a male aoudad in North Africa is 275 pounds. I have a friend who claims, and he has papers to back it up, I do not know. He popped one that weighed 310 down there at
Good Lord.
But some of that depends on whether or not they have figured out where the cattle are eating and whether or not they're going out there and getting those protein cubes. And this guy had been. So it's just like, if you can find hogzillas. We had a hogzilla killed here the other day. What'd that thing go? 500 pounds or something like that? We had a 500-pound hog killed 15, 16 miles from the house. But it's the hogs figure out that pickup means free food. And they wait for it to drive by, and when it's gone, they come out and they eat with the cows. And they get big and they get fat. So, and
I was
some of
wondering
them
if they were going to do
quit.
when they do them aoudad hunts out there.
Well, they have people that hunt the aoudad out yonder at BTSR, but there's actually, they're trying to eradicate them in parts of Texas down there around Ozona and stuff. The people putting up the high fences and stuff, the first thing they do is they go in there and they shoot every aoudad they can find. Because aoudad compete directly with whitetail deer. So
I did a little bit of reading up on them. You were saying something about there's a native bighorn sheep, I believe, that they're also driving out.
Yeah, but that's because they've spread into New Mexico and stuff. See, the bighorn never had a population. See, they're down there in the Davies. They're competing with the mule deer there, and the real problem in the Davies are the hogs right now. The hogs are killing all the snakes. Literally, I mean, they kill and eat every snake they come on. They brood out and eat the roots off of a lot of the young trees. They'll eat the roots off the cactuses. They'll eat all the cactus fruit. I mean, their hogs are just bad news. That's why all the hogs down there shoot on sight. I mean, I popped 4 of them last time I was down there. So it's
If I would have known that, I would have. If they would have told me about that, I would have let everybody know. Hey, there's probably about like 50 of them. Because when I drove up there that night before, I almost ran into about 12 of them.
yeah, there's a herd with 3 babies hanging out right there at base camp. Shawno, I got video of them. Now I would love to get my hands on a couple of baby aoudad. I'm not wrestling mama for them, but I'd like to catch them because, well, if you got baby aoudad and you can kind of sort of housebreak them a little bit, then you can raise your own aoudad. You just don't want them getting out of the fence because they're not coming back. And like I say, if I have my choice between eating grass-fed beef or Aoudad, I'm choosing Aoudad. Because,
I'll put that one in the memory banks.
and I'll actually choose Aoudad over venison. I'd actually choose venison over grass-fed beef. I hate that. I want my cow to go through the feedlot. Simple as that. Those steaks that you get that are tender, nicely marbled, and they grill up nice and juicy and tender. Those come from the feedlot. Grass-fed cattle got to walk around all day and find something to eat. Feedlot cattle, stand up, walk over to the trough, eat sweet feed, cornflakes, and filler. Walk back over, get them a drink of water, and lay down and chew their cud. They're like all retired. They have the best life. And
sounds like I'm in the wrong business. Good.
No, I don't want to work at a feedlot. It smells like crap. Well, you're stuck. You either got to deal with the smell of all that. I mean, the industrial size sweet feed manufacturing facility, or cow crap. That's or the blended smell of both. Rob Painless, the guy that's down there right now, he's he lives up the road from one. He does a lot of work for it. You think Huck needs to make a friend out of an Aoudad, Shauna? I don't think that's going to happen. Huck might want to make friends with it, but I don't know if Huck could want to play with it when it got grown. I thought we had one of those babies last time because it slipped and folded, but it caught itself. And we would have had to run up a rock face to get it anyway, so it wasn't going home with us. And there's Aoudad in $1 Million Canyon too. There's a big herd in there. Wasn't going to tell anybody that. The biggest herd I've seen was about 60 strong, man. I didn't think they got that big of herds. But evidently they do.
Man, I only ran into 5 or 6 of them on my way back. I didn't know nothing about them until I did my research. I didn't think they'd get that big, or at least that many.
They get that big. And wait, somebody came. Hello, Clifford, and yes, Riley. Shauna Yvette is probably done camera work on some of Bob Hanser's videos. I'm just guessing that she might have been part of it. I don't know. I think she knows Bob. I heard that she knows Bob. Here's the trick. Half Bean, you have got to keep these people entertained while I go get a cup of coffee.
All right. Now I just got to figure out how to get the chat up while I got my video on there. Well, very well, everybody. Let's talk about entertainment. Let's see what we got here. I'm on an Android phone, so things take a minute. Forgiveness, please. All right. Can everybody still see me? Yep. Huck is Bob's. Shauna, nobody believed me that I got a little a little bite when I was over there. That one day, the first time I was there. But let's go down the road here. Out there at BTSR. I let Bob talk me into all kinds of work. And hilarity while I was there.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think? Do you think I kind of held my own out there, even for the 14 hours I was there?
Yeah, you did good. Okay, here. Question and answer time. I'm going to be reading the chat. If anybody has a question for Half Bean, y'all let me know. I'll put it up on the screen and he can answer it. Clean and serious, pertinent for the really reals questions only. Just in case some of you are being funny. I mean, feel free to ask him any personal questions, like, whatever you want to ask him. Well, within reason.
Yeah, I'm an open book, like a mad magazine.
Yeah, yes, Chipper, you have to ask serious questions, which upon occasion, Chipper, you can do that. I would just like to point that out, that Chipper does have an intelligent bone in his body. He doesn't like it when we bring that out and tell people, but he does. Oh, here's one that nobody typed in there, but it's like a standard go-to, all you people that aren't asking questions. So, Half Bean, what inspired you to start doing YouTube videos?
Well, that is a good question. And the answer to that is hurricanes. Hurricanes and other sicknesses that came through Victoria. I saw how people reacted to such things and hit the stores like it was going out of style. And they weren't getting what you would think. There was still toilet paper this time. It was supposed to be a category. Oh, that's right. It was Harvey. Hurricane Harvey. The only thing left in Walmart was the food. Beer aisle went empty. Water was still there. And survival's kind of been a part of my life. Hurricane Andrew taught me and my family how to live with next to nothing. Because, I mean, we lost pretty much everything. And if I can share, at the least, share like the knowledge that I've gained from having to make something from nothing after something like that, I guess that was the ultimate inspiration for it. And I'm not gonna lie, came across Bob's channel, and I thought to myself, all right, that's a guy that knows his stuff, and he means business. I'm going to, at least see what I can do as far as being the Bob Hansler, quote unquote, of the Coastal Bend area. That's it in a nutshell. In a situation like that, you can't freak out or not freak out and then have hurricane parties and then wonder, once that Category 5 hits, retreats, and then comes back. To me, that's insane. If any of that makes any sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. And okay, Billy, now I get the joke. That was actually pretty good. And no, sir, you're not being detained. We just need to ask you a few questions. Anyhow, I said ask any questions you want. So he starts asking the questions you asked the cop. Am I being detained? Am I free to go? So yeah. Okay. I was like, what is he talking about? Anyhow.
Well, I mean,
what was you said there was a couple of, or a hurricane that taught you lessons about stuff. What was the hardest thing during or after that hurricane? What was the hardest thing you had to do without? What's the one thing you missed the most after the hurricane?
Harvey or Andrew, because both of those, when I was younger, Hurricane Andrew hit. I think I was, oh man, 11 or 12 years old. And at that point, I think the one thing I missed the most was probably the clean water. Because Pine Island Bayou down in Beaumont got tainted with all kinds of stuff that came out of the oil refineries. I mean, it was nothing that would kill you, but you still couldn't drink it because all the pumps went down. All the pump stations were just out of power. Nothing was moving. I guess that would be the first one that taught me, that was the thing that I missed the most because it's so humid down there. And without, like any survival situation, without water, you're kind of in a bad way. Hurricane Harvey, when that hit around Victoria, we kind of lost it all. Water, power, trees were down everywhere. Everything had, the city had stopped. I mean, we were lucky compared to other places, Rockport and places like that, where they just get devastated. The thing that I missed the most that time was bug spray. Because you would see clouds and clouds of mosquitoes that you actually get physically ill. That is the worst.
I would imagine so. We get mosquitoes here in the spring sometimes, but ours are actually pretty easy to keep down. You go out and you get the water out of the tires you've been storing for forever for whatever reason, and dump all the buckets. And we have these little discs we throw on the top of the water storage tanks. They're not poisonous, but for whatever reason, they kill mosquito larvae like it's going out of style, man. Okay, Shauna Yvette asks, what is your favorite, most important piece of gear you currently own? And that is to you.
Favorite piece of gear, you say? That's a hard one because almost everything that I have I kind of use on a daily basis, including that cleaver. I should clean it before I use it again, but we're not the smartest sometimes. I guess the one thing I use daily would be my knife, a little handmade one that I cut out. I mean, I use it even at work. Made this one out of a table saw blade. Fairly sharp, holds a really good edge. I mean, you can't hardly dull the thing. And I mean, this thing is taken on deer. It's taken on really big battery cables, cardboard boxes, everything that you shouldn't be doing with a knife. This thing does, and believe it or not, still holds an edge. Other than that, our camper, best bit of gear I ever bought.
And she's saying if you had one specifically, and Walter, I'm not going to ask him that question. Thank you. Again, or not Walter, Billy.
I got one more.
Go ahead.
The only other thing that I actually use on a daily basis, especially for school buses, and I found that this does actually work. I guess this is kind of a shameless plug, but it does work. I'll have to take a video of it and show it to him. Bob's survival card. That little knife is perfect for slicing up the vinyl seats on school buses. it cuts accurately to where I can actually use the needle from the same card and just all out the holes to where I can sew up that vinyl on the bus seats. Probably not what Bob thought it was going to be used for, but it works perfectly.
Hey, Tibor, why are you cutting up bus seats?
Because kids draw all kinds of stuff on them, and they stab them with pencils, and many an expletive is burned, written, carved, or they just plain up destroy the seats, and we have to replace them almost daily.
Oh, okay.
You'd be surprised what happens on a school bus.
No, not so much. I rode one a lot. I'm really surprised there's not a dispenser in the back of them, honestly. Anyway, anybody got any more questions for the man over here? And she still wants to know if you had to pick just one of what is your, like, absolutely the one thing that you don't want to do without. Seriously, I have kidnapped you. I've kidnapped you, and I'm going to drop you off in the woods, and you're only allowed to take one piece of gear with you. What is that one piece of gear?
That one piece of gear.
The one piece of gear. What is that?
Probably my knife. Because I can make everything else happen. It's harder to recreate that It's harder to create that in nature unless I know where you're dropping me off at. Because I can find a piece of rock that I can have, sharper than a razor. And I can make that work. But there's no guarantee that I'm going to have that. So it would more than likely be my knife.
That'd be the one. I mean, that's why I don't understand why. And man, I went 2 days in a row went to town without putting a pocket knife in my pocket. So I must be slipping. My son actually asked me, he said, well, Dad, you need me to go and take you out to the ice floe or what? Eskimo joke. So anyway, old, senile, and useless. Ain't nothing else to do with him. Room service.
I'm working on it too.
The one piece of gear I would not want to go, I would not want to wind up out in the wild with is, I would not want to be out there without a knife, man. It just, you can improvise a trap. You can, around here, you can make cordage without one, but it is so much safer on you if you can actually trim get your gotchas off of the stuff you have to use to make the deal. Everybody's like, well, yeah, you can make yucca rope. The yucca we have here is the real fine razor grass looking stuff or whatever. And if you don't cut that little white edge off of the side of the leaves, the blades of grass, when you try to make the rope, they go in you like a needle, like a hypodermic needle, and then they break off. So you take your knife and you cut them off before you do anything else. They'll go right through a leather glove right into you. So learn that the hard way the first time we did rope.
Well, that poses an interesting question. What is a piece of gear that you would not want to have if you're, as you put it, kidnapped and thrown into the woods? Let's say you had only that on you. What is the one thing that you would not want it to be?
What is the most useless piece of gear that they could possibly leave me? My cell phone. Well, I guess you could use it for a signaling mirror. But if there's no
Could start a
internet,
fire
there's
with it.
no service, there's no battery, what are you going to do with that? In theory, you know, if you can get the battery out of it, unlike if it's one of the new ones, you could use it to start a fire. You have that going your way. But
It also, if the phone is one of them like really huge ones, like somebody's got a laptop on the side of their face, you could probably knock a rabbit out with it.
yeah, you could do that. So I don't know, maybe you could use it for a projectile. I mean, some of them out there, I mean, you could actually use them for a weight on the deadfall. So,
Yeah.
And if they've got the extra battery in them or not. You know, I don't know. There's people that carry stuff. Okay, here we'll do this one. What are some of the gear, some of the things you've seen people put in their kit that you're like, why are you carrying that? Is there anything that you can think of? Let me turn the camera on since we're doing this chatting back and forth. What are some of the things that you've seen people put in their go bag or whatever, or their little whatever? What are some of the pieces of gear you're like, why? Why are you carrying that? I mean, I can think of a bunch of stuff, but I'm gonna let you go first.
Well, for me, that's hard because most of the people I know think I'm a crackpot because of the way I like to live my life and the hobbies that I have. Probably the most useless thing I've ever seen would be, I guess you could call it an EDC. It's my wife's purse. For the longest time, she had, oh man, she had to have it every day. This was in the same bag. I set her up with, a little EDC carry pouch, a little leather bag. Had a knife, had a Bic lighter in it. Even had some of the water tablets, just in case. You never know. She thinks I'm kind of crazy. Another guy I went to college with, he had one of the crank flashlights. And I thought, I could see how that would work. That would do all kinds of things. But it was one of those little cheapo jobs that you get from, like the flea markets. I mean, you turn that handle once, the whole thing comes apart. That's about as far as I've ever gone it. Because most of the folks that I know in my immediate vicinity, they're not into this kind of thing.
Yeah, it's there's people here that are into it. They just don't let anybody know they're into it because everybody here is a bunch of paranoid. I mean, they're like seriously paranoid, and I just have to deal with it. So I found the batteries to put in your little light, honey. I stole my wife's multi-tool. I need to get that back to her. Every time she gets one and puts it in her car, I borrow it and then I don't put it back. I need to get you your pink one back. I like the pink one though. That's a badass little tool. As soon as I find it, I'll give it back. Maybe.
Well, what was your pick of the most used thing you've seen in a bag?
Dude, I don't want to call him out by name, but because it's something he sells, man, and stuff like that. But a roll specifically designed to hang up so all of your stuff is organized. Let's just leave it at that. I mean, dude, what's the backpack for again? And, no. 'Cause, 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 And the other thing is, y'all don't hate me for this. Why are you carrying fat wood? If you want like
Yeah.
some of your
That's a
emergency
good
gear to be made out of fat wood, dude, I was kicking fat wood out of the way. I mean, this is in the freaking Davies Mountains, man. I was tripping over that stuff all the way out, in and out of the canyon. It's like everywhere. Just don't carry it. Learn how to find it. It's like literally everywhere. Well, except for up here where I'm at, we don't have it because we don't have pine trees. But if you have pine trees, there's fat wood in your forest. Okay, you just have to learn what you're looking for. And if you're not, chances are, was it stupid cedar things called? What's the junipers? You walk up to the juniper. You take a rock and you say, bad juniper, bad juniper. And then you take that fluffy stuff and you hit it with the spark and it goes poof. So, carrying a jar, a little jar with Vaseline and cotton balls in it, that makes sense. But walking into the woods carrying a piece of firewood, I'm like, why are you doing that? That's just me. I like fat wood, man. That stuff's cool. That's like one of the most awesome things. But I don't have any fat wood in any of my kits. I do have a couple of fire tins. This is my big one. But I don't have one fat wood in them. This is my favorite tin. It's just char cloth, piece of broken file, and some pieces of flint. I set the whole world on fire with this right here. Where's my chunk of steel? I actually do go as far on my piece of file to sharpen the end of it. So you have something that you can cut with. This, I guess, if I had to choose between my pocket or between a knife and this fire tin, I might take the fire tin because it just, it's got a knife in it. As long as they let me bring all the contents and fire. Did you see that? Fire. Ooh. That was a big chunk of flint. I'm gonna be careful because if I get one in there, I'm gonna lose all my charcoal. And I don't know how many more of my last bed sheets she's gonna let me put in a can and set on fire. Not that I would do that, but those flannel ones were really good. All the way. And char cloth was not actually something that they would use back in the day very much. Calm down. But yeah, and there's that around here, the Spanish daggers, the yuccas or whatever. If you find one and you go, it's got all the live branches on top of it. You go underneath or the leaves, you go underneath those and get the ones that are dead and dry, and you take them out and you break them up and they'll break into fibers and they'll make a ball. They're almost, they're actually more flammable than coconut husks. I have successfully took me a while. I have successfully got a fire from yucca leaves and flint and steel without using charcoal, without using char material.
May have to give that a shot.
I will not start a fire in your house. I'm very sorry. I hope. I don't. You smell smoke or something? Do I? Yeah, it does happen there. Okay. Oh, somebody text you? Who's narking? Whoever is narking me out to my wife directly on the phone, y'all can quit that right now. Like, well, she's like way in there, not even paying any attention. Anyhow,
Man,
half the ladies in here have my wife's phone number, so I don't get away with nothing ever. I used to, when I was all incognito, I could just pretty much do whatever I wanted to, and my wife believed me. She doesn't do that anymore. Let me think. What else? Gimmick stuff. Now I have one of Bob's survival cards, and that's not a gimmick. That thing has fishing hooks, a knife, and everything in that thing's usable. Okay. Some of the survival cards that people carry in their wallet, I'm like, why? You're actually going to use a 10 millimeter wrench on what? How are you going to get that little square box down there on that 10 millimeter nut? Every time I go to a trade show or whatever, somebody hands me one of those things, and I'm like, why do I want that? Now, the one, it has a really nice knife on it. I will give them that. It actually has a razor sharp knife down one side. Instead of them putting a ruler on it, they actually put a knife on this thing. So you could actually use it to cut stuff. And the other side is actually a legitimate saw, but then the stuff in the middle, you're just like, nope. Most of the Grimm survival cards are all pretty cool. Actually, you have to look at them though and choose the one that's.
and you're talking about a 10 millimeter. Being a mechanic, when I hear 10 millimeter, it just brings to mind that thing's going to come up.
Well, Shauna, I will send it to you, and that way y'all can talk directly behind my back too.
Well, you got any gimmick stuff that besides that?
Gimmick stuff that besides the silly cards, let me think.
Anything that you just had to have just because of novelty?
Oh, did I buy any of that stuff? Not in the past 10 years. I have been known in the past to buy stuff that I thought was going to save my life, and it didn't. The shaky flashlights, for starters, you look stupid charging it. Literally, that's how you charge a flashlight, man. Do what?
Remember those things. Oh, man.
Yeah, if you've got kids, they can charge it up for you, but it's not a quiet operation. And the charge doesn't last for it's a really cool design. It's got a magnet that slides up in and out of the coils, so every time it makes a pass, it makes a little bit of current. And then it's got this little bitty battery in the end of it. It's an LED flashlight.
Yeah.
I've still got one somewhere. See, what else? that's pretty much it. Stuff like that. You know, I fell prey to a lot of the early on flashlight, and I did buy a Rambo survival knife back in the day.
Oh yeah, I still have my dad's.
But if you stop and think about it, the reason Rambo, a homeless, unemployed Vietnam vet, had one of those is because it was only $3 at Harbor Freight. So that price is adjusted for inflation and the actual era in which the movie was made. Calm down. If you notice after that, he made his own weapons out of rebar. Who made? Anybody in here that thinks rebar is a suitable knife material, raise your hand. Yes, ma'am, you could stab me with it, but that is not the question.
That's what knives are for, stabbing things.
Knives are not just for stabbing people. You can do other stuff with them.
Sling them at people.
You can sling them. Yes, you can do that. But anyway,
I've been known
rebar,
to manufacture my own weapons too. Got one right here. I don't know if you can really see that. I made me a mace. Oh,
there you go.
dang lighting. All right. Oh yeah, this put the fear into some people.
Yeah, they won't stay sharp, brother. They're rebar is actually made to be soft and pliable. It's made to bend. So yeah, there's that. Anyhow, I got laughing going on in the other room, and I don't know if it's from the chat or from text messages. So and see, I've never had my hands on any of the expressway stuff. Isn't that stuff coated though? Oh, Shiloh, would you please stop whining? Driving me crazy. Think. What else? In your
Some of the big structural steel bar.
Ben, I am so making me a knife out of sucker rod now. We made those rock bars, and I was watching those things smack into them rocks and stuff, and it wasn't dinging the blades. I'm like, okay, that'll work. So
Yeah, come on, folks. Keep the questions coming.
anyway, what was it? In
Sounds like I
your
lost audio on you.
experience, what was the most harrowing adventure you had? Like trying to sleep on a riverboat, and the next thing you know, the river went dry, or whatever. What was the worst? What's the worst experience camping you ever had? Oh, why is your name Half Bean, Rachel?
Hey, can you hear me?
I did then. Before that, no. Say something now. Your throat. There we go. You're moving.
Sounds like I lost audio with you.
Yeah, you're back. Rachel. Yeah, Rachel wants to know why your name is Half Bean. So do I. Oh, and then his audio went away again. Railroad spikes are soft iron. Railroad clamps are hard iron. Railroad hooks are hard iron. Railroad plates are hard iron. I think we're having connection issues now, guys. If you answered the question about half bean, we did not get it. Oh, geez. Yes, the track plates are hard. And the bolts are hard too. What do you want? Didn't she tell you to sit down? What? You're so little. Half bean on the. You're not half bean. Don't knock stuff off like that. Oh, geez, what?
Can't hear nothing.
Try killing your camera. There should be a place to say that says stop camera. That will reduce your bandwidth usage immensely, and then we should be able to get your audio. How many people starved to death, Rachel? Or did they all try to eat your food? I'm gonna pull your freaking head off. I'm gonna pull your head off. I'm gonna pull your head off. I'm gonna sit down in it. Come here, Charlotte. Come here. Come on, look. This is the puppy. He's the puppy. Now go lay down. All right, Carol.
Do not lick my hand.
I didn't know if you were coming in here to smack me for somebody or just tell me good night. Oh, they went home and they went back to town and got beer. Makes sense. Do what? Dude. I don't know if I was gonna make it back. Oh. He says apparently they lost internet in Victoria. He may be back. He may not be back. We shall see. I had 2 hours anyway. And I've got to do something about. Oh, he's trying to come back. Yeah, beer will only go so far. There's that. Is Sadie Bird in? Well, if she's outside, you might throw him some food. See if that'll shut him up.
All right. Are we back?
Yes. I don't know. But have been. There should be an icon on your display somewhere for a stop camera. If you're having bandwidth issues, if you'll stop the camera, the only thing that'll come through is your audio. No, not leave studio. Not that one. I've never done this on my phone, so I don't know how that works. Cállate, culero. When he makes it back in, we'll try to explain it to him again. And I don't know, he may have to go to work. You'd be surprised how many people think they get used to places where, you know, things are all handled and stuff, and they show up and they're like, you ask them, "Where's your food?" And they're like, "I didn't bring any food." You know, apples don't grow on the trees in the piney woods. Same. You can even most survival experts are only going to be able to prolong their starvation in a wilderness situation. You know, pre 1830s, a guy with a rifle could have made out really well. It is no longer that. It is no longer them. Yes, pineapples grow on little bushes in pineapple fields, Mark, not pine tree forests. They have a new river in West Virginia. What'd they do with the old one? They plug it up? Did it fill it with silt? Did they dam it up and there wasn't a river there? So they had to make a new one? What happened? I want to know. I didn't even know you could get a new river. If you can do that, I want a new river here. I want it to run right in front of my house. I can tell you that, called it the Ohio. Ah. about taking my kayak or our kayaks down there to that place down at the coast in Texas, but apparently it's infested with alligators. So yeah. Well, anyway, guys, it's we're at the 2-hour mark anyhow. The missus is trying to go get some sleep, and there is a giant baby in there that is going to require some attention before he's willing to go to sleep. So, considering I'm the one that agreed to watch the freaking dog, which the one is no trouble at all. Well, that sucks. I'm going to get off of here, calm the dog down, and I will see y'all next time. Okay? Until then, stay alive. Don't die. Do something nice for somebody. It's not going to hurt you. Well, don't do anything nice for somebody that is going to hurt you. Don't be the guy that buys all 3 of the last things on the shelf. Grab 2, leave 1 for the guy who needs something just as bad as you do. Okay? Love you, people. Seriously, I want y'all to stay alive. Don't die. I will catch y'all next time. There are some more videos coming out. They're getting real particular about my editing. So, yeah, I love y'all.